Hi, my name is Wilman Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and a proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to introduce you to QAADIR. For more on QAADIR, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is only a sneak peek at the immense talent of QAADIR.
Bitch, you ghetto, you ghetto, you ghetto, you ghetto. You ghetto, you ghetto, just ghetto, you ghetto. Bitch, you ghetto, you ghetto, the ghetto, ghetto. You ghetto, you ghetto, you ghetto. You can't sit with us, you can't sit with us. No substance you made out of Play-Doh. You don't understand all my metaphors because you don't understand Play-Doh. Serendipitous, serendipitous. I got my plate and it's well seasoned. Potatoes. I cannot deal with a dirt queen. You and I both know that's treason. Get on my level, ho. Get on my level, ho. I've been awake and I got you some breakfast, ho. Don't like it, let it go. You call for potatoes, so I call you Idaho. Girl wanna snatch back, she wanna be retro burger, she ain't classic. They can't stand by me. I made out of gold and you made out of plastic. Stomping the pavement, cracking the frame, making that bitch bleed, girl, it's insane. Tiptoe, front to back, I make you bitches look plain. I make you bitches look plain. If you address me, bitch, you best have a brain.
Well, hello, QAADIR, how are you?
I'm doing so good. How are you today?
I'm doing great, and I'm so excited that the audience got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent. I have been bopping in my frickin' apartment in Manhattan all morning listening to your stuff. You have such a singular fusion of dance, house music. It's like, it's familiar, but it's new. Do you get that?
Yeah, I do. And that's a blessing because honestly, as an artist, and I think a lot of your listeners will understand, and for the artists will agree, you always want to stand out, but you don't want to stand out in a cheesy way. You want it to be organic. And a part of that, and I don't want to go too deep on this because I know we just started the interview, but to keep it short, a lot of that comes from you knowing who you are. You get what I'm saying? So that way you
go deep, my friend. We have time. I'm going to give you the time and space. You go there.
Okay, cool. You want to feel as an artist that you have the freedom to expand into your artistry. I think it's important as an artist, because even myself, if you listen to my music, you can hear how I cross genres, but you want to cross genres in a way where it makes sense to what you're trying to get across. Not like, you ever hear an artist where you hear them and you can tell they're trying to be of the times?
They're trying to be a second-rate version of someone else. Okay. But you, my friend, are a first-rate version of yourself because you don't say, oh, I got to stick to the formula of dance or house.
Right.
You are doing QAADIR. That happens to have the sensibility in the vibration of dance house music, but you are doing the music of QAADIR. Look that up in the index, folks.
Okay, he is slaying me. Okay, absolutely.
QAADIR, don't mess with me. You say, I'll go deep with you. I feel very passionate about what you do, my friend.
Thank you so much. And I can feel that. And I think we need more people like you in this industry, because the thing about it is passion, I think sometimes is underrated. And what do I mean by that? I know, you know, we all as artists and in this industry know it's a business and we have to earn a living. We're adults, we got lights, we got food, expenses. For me, the goal, the dream, and what I'm striving to do is to be able to provide for myself, but do it with integrity and to where the art, I understand that there's room for compromise, but at the same time, not when it's pulling the threads of what you do away from what it is.
No one dims the light of QAADIR. No one dims the light or has the right to dim the light for authentic talents like you.
Yes.
Because I know you. I don't know you, but I just met you, but this is what I'm feeling from you. You live by Maya Angelou's, and it's on my vision board. People are not going to remember what you did. They're going to remember how you made them feel.
And I love that quote. I'm very familiar with it, and I love.
But I feel that with your stuff, QAADIR, but it's all over your music.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Truly, I do. I really do. And the thing about it is, you know, with this last album that we put out, you know, my mom passed away 2019. My best friend, my biggest cheerleader, she left me this house. Thank you, my love. You know, but the thing is, my mom is still rocking and rolling with me. I still feel her presence. She's all in throughout my music. That's right. I know this is what artistry is, going back to that passion. This is what it is. You know, when things happen to you in your life, you want to use it. This is the flavors of life, because things are going to happen. And when they do,
You don't want it to feel like it's just happening to you. You want to feel like you're experiencing things. And then if I can put my experiences into the music, especially in a way where people can feel something. It's not, let's just say, okay, it's a song where, okay, I can go from talking about my mom to talking about God to talking about this bitch don't got the money. And they all are, it's seamless. And it's because it's genuine. When I'm talking about God, that's what I'm really talking about. And I can do it in a housey way, in a hip hop way. I can do it in many different ways. When I'm talking about my mom, I can do that very sweetly. I can put her in those rap lyrics. I can put her in those house beats and do it seamlessly because it's the passion. I believe in it. It's not something that I'm just trying to do because it's a trend. It's something that this is my best friend. And the idea that I can put something that's so close to my heart into music and people can actually dance to it and understand, like, you're actually hearing my life in this song. It's not just a song. This is my mom, my being ostracized, being overlooked, being put down, being the underdog, all coming to a head in this one piece. You get what I'm saying? So to hear you speak like that about my work means the world to me because I kid you not, literally before we hopped on this interview, I was downstairs editing a piece for my people. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're constantly working, constantly trying to get this thing off the ground. We had the Fast Company come through. We're all these things we're trying to do organically. And now you and your beautiful energy, it's like, to me, this is just confirmation that we're doing the right thing.
That's
period.
right, QAADIR. Well, listen, my friend, I was a performer for 25 years with my twin brother. We got the headline at the Hall. God bless, did the thing. I'm now a Broadway director, but I also create film. But when I look at you, QAADIR, I look at an artist with a capital A. I look at a man who is a vessel on this planet Earth, whose mother may have left him in the flesh, but has given him a home with a capital H. Not only literally, but figuratively. She gave you wings to do your thing, to continue the legacy of truth telling and truth storytelling, my friend. And the fact that you have the bravery and the courage and you've done the work on yourself to be vulnerable, but to do it in a way where you're releasing it with positivity, with an up-tempo feel. People can move. Can I tell you something? Okay, we're digging deep. We're going over 10.
That's right, let's go there.
When I was listening to your stuff, do you know what I was feeling for myself? Because I'm going through something right now.
Okay.
I felt like I was moving through grief with a smile on my face.
Oh, I love how you describe that.
And I feel like when you describe the fact that you can place your mother in an up-tempo, that you can put sadness with joy, it's all from a very similar place. It's just how you may approach it. And anyway.
No, I want to piggyback because I love your spirit. And I just want to piggyback off of that real quick. You know what I was just thinking before we hopped on this call? I said, this is how I would describe my art. In life, we need our heart to push the blood from one vessel to the next to keep everything going, right? And without that, you die. You need that to keep things going. What other people call the heart, we call our art. That is our heartbeat. That is our expression, the thing. It's like, okay,
Amen.
You get what I'm saying? Like
5,000%. Keep going.
We have to pour ourselves. That's our job. You know what I'm saying? As artists is to create experiences. And what makes it real is when you're authentic, because now it's like, okay, some people go through things and they want to dress it up. They want to stump for the gram. They want you to think it's more than what it is, or maybe it's less than what it is. Maybe you really are depressed right now, and that's okay. Especially when you can put that in your art. And how many other people are going through that same thing? And if you can put it with the cadence, with the style, with the flow, that makes sense, that people can connect to, and even, let me find out, dance to? Isn't that crazy?
What I also love so much, there are two words that keep coming up for me before this interview and during this interview when I think of you and your artistry.
Okay.
You have a beautiful ability to release emotion in a relatable way.
Okay.
It's relatable.
I love it.
It's authentic. You're not preaching. You're not giving us a TED talk on a how-to. You're being your most authentic self and allowing us as an audience to digest it how we best see fit. And for me, QAADIR, yes, I know you're Black American musical artist. Absolutely.
Right.
For me, QAADIR is an experience. but you're a 360 experience. Because being a director, when I listen to your music, I see cinema. And I don't know, and I wanted to ask you, if you, and this might sound woo to others, but I feel like you might be on the same wavelength as me.
For sure,
When you create music, are you creating in a 3 and 4 dimensional mindset with not only location, but texture, color, shapes?
Fabrics. I'm even going into, absolutely. So we're on the same page.
I can't with you.
Of course. You know, so with the interludes that I created, now this is on the uncut version of the album, because this is how much was pouring out of me. The uncut version of the album is 37 songs long. That's because it includes interludes. These are the last conversations of my mom before she passed away, while she was sick. And I put that in my music and let that tell the story of this hero's journey.
That's the thread in the quilt.
In the quilt. And here she is all through, even when she was ill, she was still so upbeat. And she wanted me so much to win. And she believed so much that I was going to make it. And I know, even though she may not be here in the physical, my PA lives here with me in this home that we're going to turn into the studio, the headquarters.
It's the house of QAADIR. It's the house of QAADIR.
Yeah. And before I had a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, little spot, but by my mother doing this last grand gesture for her son, who we were kindred spirits. That was my best friend. Certainly, I've been here before with this woman, but in her last act in my life, she left me a 5-bedroom house, 2.5 baths, like it's space, big backyard, big front yard. We have space to grow and to evolve as an artist. I don't have neighbors telling me it's too loud. I can be as loud as I want. I can work as long as I want. I don't have anybody telling me it's too late. And she gave me that freedom so that I could do exactly what I'm doing now. And look at the fact that I'm sitting here with you is the proof that everything happens the way it's supposed to. You get what I'm saying?
I want to have an own separate conversation with you, because
100.
I would love to collaborate with you. You have such an energy about you, and this story about your mom, who was not only your best friend, but I mean, I feel like you were even meant to be together as spirits. And the fact that she passed the baton to you, a baton, you are her gold medal. Like, you're her win. And she literally and figuratively gave you the space.
She literally
the best version of you.
Absolutely.
And you are running with the baton, my friend.
I'm doing, you know what? I do my best, and I always look and try, because there's pictures, I have pictures of her all over. Just anytime
little reminders.
Little reminders, and when I see her with that smile, and just little signs that let me know, gentle reminders, you're doing the right thing, you're doing okay. Don't, because I get sometimes I feel like, am I taking too long? Is it moving too slow?
Dear, look, we know this as artists, right? We're in the trenches,
of course,
right?
Of course.
Everyone on the outside thinks we're in the sexiest business on earth, but people don't realize that we're just trying to take one step in front of the other and not quit every day.
That's right.
The fact that you have the reminders of your mom looking at you and telling you to keep going around that house. Yeah, brilliant and beautiful.
I'm telling you. And the thing is too, so go back to your question, because I love that you have great questions. Let's start with that. But I want to elaborate a little bit more on what you said.
Yeah. Creating
in the 4-dimensional and the 3D, like all this. It's funny, I've never heard it said that way, but I realized hearing you explain it, oh, this is exactly what I've been doing. Because as I'm creating, for example, with this record, and I thank the universe, I thank God, like, thank you for giving me the strength, because I know that while I'm recording these things, I asked my mother, may I record you so I have this forever? Now, I knew I was going to put it into my art. I didn't know at that time, how was it going to make its way in? But I knew, hold on to these. You'll always have these recordings. Once she passed away and things kind of settled in, I started realizing, okay, how do we want to use this? It just, one thing after the other came to me. And let me tell you, when I was creating those interludes, putting the music together, the arrangements, the harmonies, on top of and underneath of my mom's voice and her telling me, and you could hear her voice getting weaker and weaker as the album goes on, how I powered through that. It had to be, okay, it's either you're an artist or you're not. Everyone can create something. Anyone can create something, but who's going to bleed for this? Who's going to really leave that on the field and go to battle for their art, really stand for their art, really, really defend their art, defend what they're doing? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people will look at you and say, well, you ain't making no money doing it. Why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? But first, the first test that I think so many artists have to first prove to the gods, like to the universe, first of all, will you do this for free? This ought to be something that you love so much. Of course you want to get paid. Of course, we're adults, we're human. We want to make money. But would you do this even if there was no money in it for you? Would you do it
And
still?
on top of that, I think off of that too, QAADIR, is there anything else you would do? And if the answer is no, you do it. And oh, look at, I mean, I love having this conversation because I think about, I call it, there's a great Theodore Roosevelt quote. I wish I could memorize it, but it's basically about the man in the arena. It's always the man in the arena that's judged by the spectators, that's criticized by the spectators. It's the man in the arena that's marred. It's the man in the arena that's risking his or her life, you know, his or her life. And in a world where there's so many critics and opinions, I'm curious, not to be negative, but I'm curious about those people that constantly critique. Are they following their bliss?
Exactly. Absolutely. And you know something, it's so funny because let's even scale it back. You know, in the beginning, when I first started as a creative, I had no money. I was so poor. Only reason why I survived was because of my mother. Now, my mother has 4 other children, so it's 5 of us in total, okay? I'm the baby. I have no kids. I was raised in Islam. I'm gay. So think about all these things that I'm dealing with. I'm a queer, Black, gay Muslim who's the baby of 5, and yet my mother never turned her back on me. When people email me and they say the impact that I've had on their life, honey, I've had people come to me, they've cried, they've sent me, they have disclosed all kind of details of their life and what impact, what I've done. And anytime I read that, it shows me this is the reason why. This is what art can do. I've had doctors, lawyers, other artists, teachers, stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, I mean, grandmothers, teenagers, it's crazy to think of the reach. In America, in the UK, I mean, these people are all over. And when you realize that there's something you do that can truly, in a positive way, change someone's life, this is something I would do for free, it shows me this is where I need to be. I've been doing it for a long time and I can always get better, but I feel confident to say that I believe for my lane, for me being me, and I always say, I don't need to be the next Beyonce. I'm me, I'm QAADIR. I have mastered being QAADIR. I can always be better, but I feel strong and that I can put my artistry up there. And whether you say, oh, the production can be better, I can put it up there and walk away and don't have to say too much because the art will speak for us. You get what I'm saying?
QAADIR, let me tell you something. I'm going to put this in 2 parts because this is what this deserves. It's the Oprah 2-part special, okay? My friend, why you have the reach you do is because you give the mirror to people through art that says, look at yourself, you're enough.
I love it. Absolutely.
And I feel that with you, you are going to continue to do it in your mother's name, in your higher power's name, in your ancestors' name, and in your legacy's name. I feel it with you, my friend. And listen, I'm so inspired by you, as you can tell, but I want to remind the audience for more on the amazing QAADIR. Please read more about him right below this video. QAADIR, we're going to continue this conversation, and thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.
Absolutely.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.